All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beginner Yoga. My name is Lydia, and let's go ahead and get started by coming to a nice seated posture on your mat. Using a block or a blanket under your seat that can help to lift your hips. So you can sit in a nice diamond posture like I am, where you're sitting back on your heels. You can use a block or two in between your heels to sit back onto, or you can come to seated in a nice easy pose. So whichever feels good to you. And we'll start just by beginning to lift up through the crown and tucking the chin slightly. Draw your shoulders back and down as you lift up. Notice whether or not the breath gets of your inhale or at the bottom of your exhale. And you can close your eyes or just give a nice soft gaze toward the floor. Beginning to slow the breath down here, allowing that exhale to be slightly longer than your inhale. From here, bringing a hand to heart center and one to low belly. On your next inhale, we're going to start working on our 3-part breath. On your next inhale, begin to fill your belly. Allow your rib cage to expand and notice the chest rise. Exhaling, chest lowers, ribs hug, and gently draw your navel toward your spine. Keep going here. Nice deep inhales, even longer exhales. As we move through our practice, remembering that the breath is the main focus, you're looking for effortless ease in all of your postures with a nice steady breath. Release your hands back down into your lap. On your next exhale, drop your chin to chest And we're just going to start to work this curvature of the neck. So inhaling ear to shoulder, exhaling to center, and inhaling toward the other side. Just keep going here, moving with your breath, and maybe even staying on one side or the other for a moment and giving a shoulder roll to the opposite shoulder. And just beginning to open up. Breathe. Make your way back to center. Inhale your head up. Give a few shoulder rolls here. Back and down. And then maybe forward. All right, and then from here, open your arms nice and wide, shoulder height. And then exhale, give yourself a hug. Nice big squeeze, a little shake back and forth. Inhale, open up. Exhale with the opposite arm on top this time. Squeeze, breathe. One more time on each side. And then from here, let's go ahead and interlace the fingers. We're going to bring the forearms together and lift the elbows. Maybe shoulder height, might not be there yet, but that's the goal. Interlace our fingers and start to make some circles with the wrists. And we're just moving in one direction. Nice, steady breath here. Keep going. Any cracking or popping you hear is totally normal. Cracking, popping, crunching. And then move in the opposite direction. And then inhale and press through your palms. Round your shoulders just a bit and drop your chin to chest. Exhale, release. Re-interlace your fingers behind the back and start to press down through the tops of the hands. As you inhale, lift your heart and your gaze, or just keep your gaze forward, whatever feels good to the neck and shoulders. Exhale, release. From here, bringing your hands to the knees, we're going to do a few cat-cow movements in this nice seated posture. So I'm going to turn so that you can see. So we're in our nice, easy posture. And if you need to switch your feet here, that's okay too. May help to relieve some cramping if you're having any. So we're bringing our hands to the knees, and we're going to inhale, start to lift up through the heart. Nice curvature in the spine here. Look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Maybe look up or just keep your gaze forward. Exhale, round. And here we're thinking about our exhales being nice and deep so that you're starting to move any stale air that might be at the lower lobes of the lungs out of the lungs and out of the body here. All right, one more time. Inhale, lifting up through the heart. Maybe look up or just forward. Exhale, round, empty out. And then inhale, right back to neutral. This time we're going to start to make some circular motions, okay? So watch me here. We're going to inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. And we're just going to move in one direction here. Take your time. And let's switch directions. Inhale forward, exhale back, rounding the spine. Inhale forward, rounding. Few more here in this direction. And right back to neutral. Few shoulder rolls. And let's go ahead and come off of the block. Just extend your legs out in front for just a moment. Always like to do this. It always feels good to start to shake it out a little bit after you've been sitting in a certain posture for a few minutes. So just lean back into your hands, lift up through your heart, maybe keep your gaze forward or look up, whatever feels good, and just shake out the leg bone from the hip socket. Shake it out. Take a few breaths here. And then point and flex your feet a few times. From here, we're going to scoot the leg bone back into the hip socket. We're going to come into a nice staff posture. So sitting up nice and tall, flex through your heels. Bring your hands down next to your hips and gently press into your mat. Lift up through your crown and spread your toes nice and wide. We're going to start to make some ankle circles here. So full circles all the way around in one direction. You can do this as quickly or as slowly as you like. I like to do it slowly because doing it slowly, I can tell where the tightness is or discomfort may be in my ankles and the ankle joint. And then switch directions. And then one more time, shake it out a little bit. Point and flex the feet. All right, let's swing the feet around and come into a nice tabletop position. So swing those feet around, come into your tabletop. And we're going to do a few cat-cows here in tabletop. So wrists are directly under the shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide. You're gently pressing down to the palms of the hands. Knees are directly under the hip bones. Inhale as you look towards the top of the mat. Exhale, draw your navel in. So 3 cat-cows here. So inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round your spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, back to neutral. One more time. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, sink the hips back, child's pose. We're going to do a few table to child and dynamic movement here. So I want your arms to be nice and long. Don't let your forearms come down to your mat. So nice active arms here. Exhale, ears in line with the arms. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, ears in line with the arms. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, sink the hips back, ears in line with the arms. And then one more time, make your way back into tabletop on your inhale. All right, so from here, I want you to slide your right foot between your hands. So just slide that right foot through. And we're coming into a nice runner's lunge. So you can deepen this lunge. First of all, grab your blocks if you need them. Make sure that your right knee and your right ankle are in alignment with each other. All right. Blocks are on either side of your foot here, directly under your shoulders, pressing down through the palms of the hands. Fingers are spread nice and wide. So you can deepen this lunge by tucking the back toes under and scooting the back knee. The idea is to have the hips square. So if you scoot your knee back and your hips are not squared, scoot it back up. Wherever you're at is okay. I'm going to start here, and then I just want to start to inhale here in my lunge, and then exhale, press my hips back, and I'm starting to open up the hamstring in the right leg. Inhale forward. We're going to do this 3 times. Exhale, press it back. Inhale forward. When you come forward, you're pressing this left hip forward and you're opening up the hip flexors here. So let's go one more time. Press it back. Inhale, come forward. All right. So from here, we're going to slide this right foot back, come back into our tabletop. You can just leave the blocks here. And then let's slide the left foot forward. So check your alignment, knee and ankle. Again, if you want a deeper stretch and you feel like that's where you want to go, you can start to scoot the knee back or stay where you're at. I'm going to stay here for now. Inhale here. Exhale, sink the hips back, opening up the hamstrings on the left side. And then as you come forward, your hips are squared and you're pressing that right hip forward, working on the right hip flexor. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And let's, one more time, sink the hips back. And then inhale forward. So from here, go ahead and scoot, slide that left knee back, scoot your blocks out of the way, come back into your tabletop position. Inhale here, exhale, sink the hips back. So your ears are in line with your arms here. You're looking towards your navel. Take a breath. Inhale, look between the hands and start to walk the hands over to the left. And then exhale, ears in line with the arms. So you're opening up the right side body, and you can maybe even look towards the right armpit if that feels okay to the neck. If not, just keep your gaze toward your mat, toward your navel. Breathe into that right side body. Inhale, lift your gaze and walk over to the right side this time. Exhale, ears in line with the arms, opening up the left side body. Gaze is wherever is comfortable for the neck and shoulders. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands. Walk your hands back towards the center of your mat. Exhale, ears in line with the arms. Inhale, look between the hands and just walk your hands more towards the top of your mat. Exhale one more time, ears in line with your arms, look towards your navel. Inhale, come on back up, and you'll notice you're in modified plank. So you don't want to let your belly hang here, okay, or your hips drop, right? So we're in a nice straight line here. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, draw your navel toward your spine. Nice, strong belly. On your next exhale, slowly, keeping the elbows tucked in nice and tight, slowly lower down all the way down to the belly. Bring your forehead to your mat. Shake out your hips for just a moment. Let's slide the hands forward just a bit. We're going to bring fingertips just behind the tips of the shoulders here. You're going to inhale here with your elbows tucked in nice and tight. Forehead still resting on your mat. Tops of the feet are pressing down into your mat here. Inhale. Exhale, draw your navel toward your spine. Inhale, gently press into your hands. Lift your head. Lift your heart. Keep your gaze towards your mat. Keep your shoulders away from your ears as your elbows are tucked in nice and tight. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Shake out the hips. We'll do that twice more. So shake it out just a moment and just move at your own pace here. Go 2 more times at your own pace, really paying attention to your own body and your breath. When you're ready, keep your elbows tucked in. Exhale all of the air out before you start to inhale and make your way up. Release. Shake it out. Let's go for 1 more time here. So again, keeping those elbows tucked in nice and tight, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, gently pressing into the hands, lifting the head, lifting the heart. Keep those elbows tucked in nice and tight. 3 breaths. Exhale, release. Shake it out. On your next inhale, you're just going to gently press into your hands. Lift and press your hips back. Child's pose. Full child's pose here where your forearms are relaxed on your mat. The tip of the forehead is relaxed on the mat. Breathe. Inhale to tabletop. We're going to make our way into our first downward facing dog. So tuck the back toes under, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the knees and start to press the hips back. You're thinking about bringing the heels down to the mat. If your heels don't reach the mat, that's okay. You can put a deep bend in the knees if that feels better to you. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale, look between the hands. Step the right foot between the hands. Drop the left knee, shin, and top of the foot. We're in our lunge once more. So from here, so we're in our lunge, right? And on your next inhale, I want you to bring your arms up to goal pose position. We're going to keep the heart nice and open. So watch me here one time. Inhale, arms come up. Again, wherever your lunge is okay. If you need to scoot that back knee forward just a bit, that's all right. If you want to scoot it back, that's okay too. Idea is to keep the heart lifted. Maybe gaze is toward the ceiling, maybe it's just forward. Whatever feels good to your neck and shoulders. Let's take 2 breaths here. Exhale as you frame your foot. We're going to tuck the back toe under, lift the back knee. We're in a full lunge here, and you can use your blocks under your hands if you like. From here, we're going to press the hips back and straighten the front leg. So if you have your blocks, maybe you're here. So you're pressing that back heel towards the mat. If it doesn't reach, that's okay. You can also shorten your stance, right? You can bring your blocks up to highest height if you like, and maybe your fold is just here. Look towards the top of your mat. Take a breath or two. All right, listen carefully. We're going to step the left foot up to meet the right and make our way into a nice forward fold. You can move your blocks out of the way here, or you can use your blocks if you want. And then just start to bend the knees in and out. Allow your head to be nice and heavy. The idea is to bring the belly to the thighs. All right, so from here, we're going to inhale, come up halfway. So you can use your blocks here to come up halfway, or you can place your hands just under the knees, whatever feels good to you. So we're inhaling, coming up halfway. Slight bend in the knees is okay. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale one more time, come up halfway. This time we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. We're making our way into a lunge on the left side. So our knee and ankle are in line. We're going to drop the back knee, shin, and top of the foot. All right. So you can use your blocks at lowest height here. Right. So we're here. And we're going to start to inhale the arms into goalpost position once more. So when you're ready, inhaling your arms to goalposts. You can even come out of the posture and then press back into it, or just stay here. If this feels good to you, just stay here. Keep the heart open. Keep the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. 2 breaths. Exhale, frame the foot. We're going to tuck the back toes under. We're going to lift that back knee. You can step up just a bit if you like, and then we're going to press the hips back and straighten the left leg. So again, bringing your blocks up to highest height if that feels good to you. We're squaring the hips off here. We're pressing down through that back heel. If it doesn't reach the mat, that's okay. Gaze is towards the top of your mat. Breathe here. On your next inhale, slightly bend this front knee and step the right foot up to meet the left into a nice forward fold. Again, maybe bending the knees in and out here. Each time you exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, draw your navel towards your spine. Your gaze is forward. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and come all the way up to standing. All right, so we're in standing posture. Just bring your blocks out of the way just a bit. Come to the top of your mat, and I want you to come into a nice equal standing posture. Your feet are hip distance apart. Hip bones down through your knees and ankles. See if I can scoot you back so you can see me a little better here. All right. So your feet are hip distance, hip bones down through knees and ankles, right? Okay, so bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. We're going to draw the shoulders back and down and slight bend in the knee. So the tailbone drops, slight bend in the knee, tailbone drops. You're lifting up through the crown of your head, and you're keeping your chin tucked slightly. From here, we're going to come into goalpost position with the arms. So bring your arms up to goalpost. So we're bringing arms to goalpost. Our feet are hip distance. We're going to inhale, lift up through the heart, and maybe look up, or just keep the gaze forward. Exhale back to center. Inhale, lift through the heart, look up or forward. Exhale, center. One more time. Inhale, lifting up through the heart. Exhale, back to center. Release the arms back down by your sides. All right. Take a moment here. Take a breath. We're going to bring the feet out to a little more than hip distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips for just a moment. We're going to sit back as if we're going to sit into a chair and bring the knees together. So I'll let you see this from a side view as well. So here, we're here, feet are a little more than hip distance. We're sitting back. You're going to bring your hands to your thighs or even to your knees, but keep your heart nice and lifted. So watch me side view. So you're sitting back. You're keeping your heart lifted and you're keeping a focal point. So just find a point of focus in front of you. And then we're going to start to make some circles with the knees. Breathe. Just full circles in one direction. And then switch directions. And then inhale, come back up to standing and shake out the legs for a moment. We're going to grab a block and we're going to make our way into a squatting posture. So your feet are still a little more than hip distance. You're going to bring your block under your seat. You're going to bring your hands to heart center, or you can even bring hands to hips, but we'll start with the hands at heart center. Inhale, your toes are pointing forward, heels are in line with the toes here. Exhale, sink the hips down, and then make your way onto your block at its highest height. So we're here in a nice squatting posture. You're lifting up through your heart. Your gaze is forward. You can start to turn the toes out a bit. Let's take 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, let's make our way back up to standing. All right, so we're here. You can move your block out of the way. We're here with our toes pointing out. We're going to make our way into a nice goddess squat. So your heels are in, your toes are out. You're gonna sink the hips straight down. So however far you can come down is okay. You can keep your hands here at heart center for just a moment. Sink the hips down, try not to arch the back. And then maybe bring your hands to goal pose. 3 breaths. Inhale back up to standing. Bring your hands to hips. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. You can bring your hands to heart center, or you can keep your hands at your hips, whatever feels most comfortable to you. Toes are out, heels are in. Inhale. Exhale, sink the hips down. Inhale, hands come to goal pose. 3 breaths. Inhale, back up to center. Scoot. Just walk, heel toe your feet back to center here. And then shake out your legs for just a moment. We're going to make our way down onto the mat now. So go ahead and come to the top of your mat and have a seat. And you're going to bend your knees here and bring your feet to your mat. All right, so we're here, we're seated. Our knees are hip distance. You're gonna sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lift up through your crown. Exhale, lean back into your hands. Tuck your tailbone and make your way onto your back. Go ahead and draw your knees toward your chest for just a moment and give a little rock side to side. And then a few knee circles. So inhaling as you press the knees away, exhaling as you draw them close to the body. 3 times on each side. And then one more hug, nice and close to the body here. Exhale as you press the knees away. All right. So from here, we're going to bring our arms out to a T in line with the shoulders. You're going to cross your right leg over your left. And then scoot your hips over to the right, just a hair. Inhale here at center. Exhale, allow the knees to drop over to the left and gaze over the right shoulder. Try to keep your right shoulder on your mat, and you can even bring your left hand to that top knee. And you're not pulling down on the knee here, but just sort of giving that knee a little reminder in which way you want it to go. Bring your arms back out to a T. Inhale the knees back to center. Uncross your legs, scoot your hips back to the center of your mat. Cross your left leg over your right. Scoot your hips just slightly to the left this time. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Gazing over the left shoulder, bring your right hand to that top knee. Try to keep your left shoulder on your mat best you can. Breathe. Release your grip. Inhale your knees back to center, scoot your hips back to center, uncross your legs. All right, keeping the arms out to a T in line with your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, draw your knees close to your belly. And on your next inhale, you're gonna extend your legs, both legs, heels over your hips. You're flexing through your heels and spreading your toes nice and wide. So listen carefully here. We're gonna inhale here at center, and we're gonna exhale and just slowly start to let the feet drop over to the left, just a hair. So we're working on our obliques. Breathe. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale back to center. And you can give a little rock side to side here if you like. All right, come back to center. Inhale, extend your legs, flex through your heels, spread your toes nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale, dropping over to the right this time. Just as much as you can without gripping in the shoulders. Keeping your left shoulder on your mat. Using your oblique muscles only. 2 more breaths. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale back to center, and again, a little rock side to side. And you can even grab the knees this time if you like. All right, maybe a few knee circles can feel good. Hug once more, knees close to the body. Inhale. Exhale, hug your right knee nice and close and extend your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, hug both knees in one more time, a little rock side to side. Come back to center. Inhale as you press your knees away. Extend your legs the length of your mat. Go ahead and bring your feet, your heels out to either corner of your mat here. We're going to inhale and reach overhead for a nice full body stretch. Flex through your heels. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Shake out the feet for a moment. Take another deep inhale and an exhale. From here, we're just going to bend the knees. We're going to exhale, make our way over onto the side body. Take a moment. On your next inhale, gently pressing into your hands and forearm. And make your way back into a nice seated posture. You can use a block under your seat if you like. Beginning to lift up through the crown of the head. Tuck your chin slightly. Allow the arms to be nice and relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale through the mouth. Just beginning to release and just let go. Making your way back into a normal breathing pattern. One more nice deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands together at heart center. Thank you all so very much for sharing this beginner yoga class with me this morning, for this afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Namaste.